Greetings, everyone. It's Eric Levin with Emily Faherty here for your picks of the week, November 30th to December 6th. And without further ado, here's Emily to lead us off.
All right, so it's the week after Thanksgiving, and I guess that means it's the official start to the holiday season. And that means we have a whole slew of events for you to check out. First up, one of the most popular shows to see this time of year is Nutcracker Ballet. And this week we have a few options for you. On Wednesday, December 2nd, you can see the New York Theater Ballet perform at the South Orange Performing Arts Center. The show time is at 7 p.m. and tickets are $28 to $35. Or Friday and Saturday, you can check out the American Repertory Ballet version at the Mayo Center for the Performing Arts in Morristown. That show is at 7 o'clock on Friday and 1 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. on Saturday, and those tickets are $32 to $52. And one more, the New Jersey Ballet will perform the Nutcracker at the Bergen Performing Arts Center on Saturday at 1 p.m. and 4:30. And on Sunday at 4:30. Tickets to that performance are $20 to $50. So that's your Nutcracker roundup. Hopefully you can catch one of those shows. And here's Eric with some more.
Yes, speaking of Christmas traditions, we've got one for you. The Orchestra of St. Peter by the Sea, led by Father Alphonse Stevenson, who way back when was conductor of a chorus line on Broadway. He will perform with the orchestra at Monmouth University's Pollock Theater in West Long Branch on Friday, December 4th. And this Bay Head-based orchestra, which is nearly 50 musicians strong, will certainly stir out some holiday cheer. Shows at 8 p.m., tickets $38. For more information, go to monmouth.edu/arts. Now, we got very different kind of music. If that wasn't your thing, this may well be. Brian Setzer, that great rockabilly rock and roller, he's got his own orchestra, the Brian Setzer Orchestra, and they'll be doing their annual Christmas Rocks extravaganza on Wednesday, December 2nd at the State Theater in New Brunswick. And that's an 18-piece swinging big band, and they will give you a concert of Christmas classics from their Boogie Woogie Christmas and Dig That Crazy Christmas albums. Showtimes, 8 p.m. Tickets, $38 to $128. Details, statetheaternj.org. Back to Emily.
All right, finally, for a step back in time this holiday season, you can head to Bridgeton for their annual Historic Bridgeton Holiday House Tour, and that's taking place this Saturday, December 5th. It's the Cumberland County town. It's actually part of the largest National Register historic district in the state, and this year's tour is themed East Side versus West Side. It's going to feature 2 overlapping tours of historic buildings, Victorian homes, shops, and churches, and they'll all be dressed up for the holidays. The East Tour starts at 1 p.m. and runs to 5, and the West Tour is from 6 to 7 p.m. Tickets are $15, and for more info and to see a sample of the houses that you might be able to see, you can go to bridgetonhousetour.com. And finally, Eric will finish off with some dining.
Dining. We want to talk about a man who is boss of his sauce. Tomato sauce, to be specific. Up in Englewood Cliffs, there's a very fine Italian restaurant called Grissini, and the owner, who's 71 years old and doesn't look a day over 60. He's sharp. He's an amazing guy. His name is Tony Delgado, and I went to visit him up at his restaurant last week because although he has a very fine chef, Alberto Leandri, and I mean this guy's really good, the chef, Tony makes a point of coming into the restaurant every week to make a week's worth of tomato sauce. And he uses his mother's recipe, which he learned way back when he was growing up in Hell's Kitchen, and he has some very funny stories about growing up in Hell's Kitchen in New York. Anyway, he makes about, 20 gallons of sauce at a time, ported tomatoes, a lot of sauteed garlic, a lot of meat, spare ribs, an entire eye round of beef, simmers it for hours and hours, and then puts meatballs in it, and then meatballs simmer, and the meatballs pick up the flavor of the sauce, and they serve that together with sauce. It's a great sauce, and it was a lot of fun to watch him make it. And you know, steam comes off the pot as he's cooking, and he gathers the steam in, channels it into his nostrils, and he's got this big smile on his face as he.
It's the Italian facial.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. So that's worth a trip up to Englewood Cliffs, Grissini Restaurant. And thanks for joining us. We will see you again next week.
Bye-bye.